the gold lane, you know.
The B-Tricks next.
Trying to minimize the option for the gold lane heroes here. Is it gonna be Beatrix or Melissa or another Popol Koopa?
Uh-oh, but now you're also seeing the bans come in for Vietnam.
Yes.
That's the Clint ban.
the Clint
We
ban.
might see a Popol ban, and if we do see that, that means Zubscop is going to have to play a hero he's not comfortable with.
Wow, is it gonna be, you know, maybe a Lila? Lila is it?
Oh my god.
Oh
You're right.
my.
Cambodia actually picked the Layla. It was a mistake in the end, Momo
Yeah.
because they picked Joy and it was disabled. But it's an Angela ban. Again, Namibia, they did lose. They lost to the Angela in the first game against Cambodia. Cambodia, with the Lapu-Angela combo, were able to just, they did nasty things, man. They just 1v4 wins, 1v5 wins for Boom. And now Namibia, from that game, have learned that, hey, maybe the Angela might not be a wise decision, right? But now I do think it's going to be the Popol and Koopa ban for Vietnam. And oh, here it is. What will Zubscop play?
There's still Melissa left behind.
Melissa, Brody,
Brody.
Bruno, Beatrix,
Leslie?
Leslie, you're right.
Leslie, right?
Oh man, Leslie.
There's still a
thing
lot
is
of
though,
options.
so far, Momo-chan, he's played the Clint and the Popol, both bullies in
Yes.
the lane, both really good in the early game.
Maybe
and
both of them are the most comfortable
exactly.
hero for
And
for
these two
him.
heroes are very good in the early stage, but he's lost in the early stage with
Yes.
the two best early game heroes. If he goes for something like Leslie, I don't think he's going to have a good time in that gold lane.
Actually, he needs someone can give in the pressure in the early game, but this Terisla for the EXP lane, Namibia, they already have enough CC actually. And with this Terisla, we can see the team fight duration for Namibia is quite long because they have to call altar as well from Faramis.
Well,
Meanwhile, the Bruno, like we talked about it earlier, is being picked by Vietnam. Meanwhile, Ling is gonna be the jungler for Vietnam.
Well, with the Ling and now the Bruno, we're seeing the exact same as yesterday we saw Civ from Argentina, from S11. Pick up the Bruno. He was absolutely amazing at that Bruno. Now, like you mentioned, the Leslie gets picked up.
Leslie.
Namibia now up against Bruno, up against that Neymar skin. Look at that. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. But what do you think on the drafts? about the
Actually,
drafts?
as I know, Namibia's draft here more into the mid until the late game. They have the early damage. It's only maybe from Valir, but not as much as Vietnam has. They have Ling here. They also have Valentina, which is with the Archangel is very, very painful. And also they have Franco as a pick-off hero here. So pick-off strategy might be work for Vietnam. Meanwhile, Namibia, they have to drag this game into the mid and the late game composition. So it will work for them. But if Vietnam keep forcing themselves to have a skirmish and also team fight in the early game, it's gonna be a nightmare for Namibia.
And if Bruno snowballs, man, that's a savage in the making. But ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready to jump into game number 2 of this match? Once again, it's Vietnam up against Namibia. Game 2. Vietnam have the chance to send Namibia home 2-0, not giving them a single game victory. But Nimraholic on the Argus is looking to change that.
Okay, meanwhile, there's no pressure coming from Namibia towards the purple buff. From Vietnam here, they just keep playing a little bit passive from both of the team, especially in Namibia. They play really, really carefully here. And Slasher giving us same pressure here. Meanwhile, the King is gonna be his 1 versus 1 situation. And look at the Petrify that come from Slasher. And he is able to back off.
Well, Turpy is going to be caught here, and it should be a kill. But no, he actually gets out with the help of that sprint on that Faramis roam. So the Lethal Wanderer was actually secured, even though Joga was the one who used that retribution. But as I mentioned, this is it. This is what's going to happen onto the Leslie. Zubscop all alone in the gold lane. That's going to be Joga who jumps in, and that's going to be a kill for Joga onto Zubscop. Entropy rotated up top, but it's just for him to get slain by Hehe on that Bruno.
Oh my god. The first two members that has been taken down from Namibia, and we know this is what we discussed it earlier, Mirko. Namibia draft is more into the mid and the late game composition.
What?
So, and what in the
1
first
minute.
1 minute, and maybe he can get the second one, the second turret in the top lane. It makes that Zubscops totally cannot do anything.
What is he supposed to do against a Bruno? He picked the Leslie into a Bruno, this matchup that does not favor him. Especially with the Ling as well. There's so much kill pressure on this Leslie. And you can see 0-0 with the first turret taken down in the first minute of the game. They're looking to find compensation. Numraholic here going to be suppressed by the Bloody Hunt, taken down, but he has his ultimate, so he's still able to survive. But the last Insanity is going to be popped by the King under the tier 1. They don't even care about turrets anymore. They take it down like it's absolutely nothing, Momo-chan.
Agree with that, and it's very, very hard. But look at that, the Iron Hook connects from Denard here, trying to punish the NT with the Purify and also the Terrified that comes from the Need My Help here. It will make actually NT will able to survive. Meanwhile, it's gonna be Need My Help that will be shut down by the member of Namibia.
Early, that's the first kill for Namibia right here in the game. But the turtle still falls to the hands of Vietnam. And now it does feel like, again, it feels like Numraholic has lost complete control of the jungle now with the purple buff already being invaded on. The King, though, in a 2v1, goes over the last Insanity, dealing a whole lot of damage, but it's only the Cult Altar that gets popped. Meanwhile, down below, Slasher VT gets taken out. The King survives, and that's another turret over to the Bruno. Step the Blades popped in. Mort gonna be taken down. Numraholic as well, as that's Joga absolutely just styling, picking up all the blades.
Oh my god, and in the first hour, 4 minutes here, we already have seen, we actually already see that the goal differences is just way too much from both of the teams. And there's another point kill coming from Vietnam in the mid lane here. Meanwhile, they just let the minion do the job.
Yeah, and they're also helping the minions. That's the tier 2. Taken out in the 3rd minute of the game. Penalty zone by Slasher VT as he tries to deal damage, but up against a fed Bruno, you're not going to be able to out-damage him, man. That's the snipe coming in. He's 1 HP blocked in by Need My Help, who's able to jump in clutch with a flicker to help his teammate.
Oh, but meanwhile, the Iron Hook connects and Zubscope needs to run away, but meanwhile, Need My Help will try to follow up as soon as possible. And maybe it's going to be, I can say, more faster game?
It does feel like it is.
Yeah, you know, it could be done in under, I don't know, 7 minutes, 6 minutes.
They're going for the record.
Minutes?
Yeah, it does feel like they are going for the record. Numraholic here used his ultimate earlier, so he won't be able to survive in the skirmish. Joga with the Tempest Blades. Didn't need to use the Tempest Blades, but hey, that's swag points.
I just want to secure the point kill, Miracle. And now, the left. They just got 4 turrets in the first 5 minutes.
They did. 4 turrets.
The dominance coming from Vietnam team, it's become a nightmare for Namibia. The mid-late game composition here, penalty zone comes in from Slazar, but look at that, the last Insanity connects to 2 member and 2 member downs in the mid lane.
Need My Help, though, stole away the ultimate from the Argus, so is going to be able to survive that one. They're already looking to siege the base turret down in the 5th minute. Purple buff. The entire jungle. No, not just the purple buff. The entire jungle, Momo-chan.
It's being infected already.
It's Vietnam's now. It's technically... Namibia doesn't have a jungle at this point. They're stuck inside of their base. They're getting suffocated slowly but surely. And when a Bruno does that much damage to a Terizla...
Look at the volleyball.
Ow!
It's painful from Hehe because no one from Namibia can stop this guy. Okay, meanwhile, there's gonna be like 5 versus 5 situation in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, there's gonna be Argus comes up, but the last Insanity comes in. Penalty zone is quite a little bit late, and the killing spree goes into the hand of Vietnam, and it's left Zubscope, and I think it's gonna be another wipe out for Vietnam, and 6-minute games for Vietnam, 2-0 without any things that Namibia can do in the second game.
6 minutes!
6 minutes!
6 minutes!
6-0-1.
A
If
solid
I'm not mistaken. Is this the fastest game?
This is the fastest
Oh
game
my god.
I've ever casted in my life. 6 minutes.
think
Yesterday was the
me too.
fastest, 7 minutes.
In
And
this
now
year, right?
Vietnam have just broken the record. 6 minutes and 10
Wow.
seconds. Oh my god. Vietnam have knocked Namibia out in 6 minutes and a total game time of, I believe, 60 minutes from game 1 and 2. Complete shutout here in the lower brackets, the first match of the
Wow.
lower brackets. And I am
Totally
Glenn,
speechless.
ISF continues to once again surprise me.
That's right. And congratulations for Vietnam. Finally, they continue their journey in the lower bracket. But unfortunately, Namibia have to say goodbye. And good game well played.
GG, well played indeed. The Bruno, that pick is so good when he gets snowballed.
It's
And
not about the draft anymore.
true, but, you know, I feel like, again, Zubskop, Popol Koopa, Clint, two heroes that are early game centric. He hasn't been able to win any duels on those early game heroes. If he plays Leslie, right?
Yeah.
Bullied by the Bruno, bullied by the Ling and the Franco.
Like I did.
What is he supposed to do?
Like I said it earlier, they need the early damage here. They don't bring Lilia. They don't bring maybe Clint because Clint got banned as well by Vietnam. They should maybe prior the gold lane in the third pick before the second banning phase. But they didn't do it, so it makes that Vietnam, they can just ban out all of the gold lane for Zubskop. So there's no option for Zubskop to have the early damage in his lane. And look at the combo here. The penalty zone comes in, but Numeraholic opened the ultimate quite too fast. So the follow-up is a little bit quite late for Namibia. Meanwhile, Vietnam, they have the last insanity. So all of the player at the back line, you know, it get punished really, really bad by the last insanity they coming from the king here with Xborg. And our match MVP goes to Hehe, of course, because without that at all, this Bruno, he got the first turret in the first 2 minutes, 2:30 I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Almost
a
3
lot of
minutes.
gold. 6 minutes, 1,093 gold. What is that
Wow.
GPM? Wait, that is unreal.
Oh
1,093.
my God. Can you calculate how gold per minute that he has?
That's, oh my god, that's a lot of gold per minute, Momo-chan. Give me a second. I'm trying my best to.
You divided by 6, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like 182 gold.
No, that's the GPM,
The
Momo-chan.
G-
That's the
oh,
GPM.
oh,
1,093 is the
wow.
GPM.
So actually he has like
Yeah.
6k.
He has 6k gold.
Oh my
Yeah, so
holy.
that's the GPM already. 1,093. That's the highest GPM
I-
we've seen in this meta.
Oh my
Momo-chan,
God.
usually it doesn't get better than 750, 780, 800 max tops.
That's
1,000?
I ever seen
These are season 7 numbers, man.
I ever since 900 actually.
Yeah.
But 1k.
Hyper carry meta, right? It feels like we're back to the hyper carry meta.
Yeah,
1,000
still
gold per
remember
minute
that,
was
yeah.
easily,
And Gennard.
easily achieved.
And Gerard again with, even not with his Digi, with his Franco, the bloody hand, the iron hook always connects to everyone from Namibia, and there's always a follow-up coming from Vietnam as well, right? So it means Vietnam, they really know what they have to do. They just let Gennard play his iron hook, then after he catch someone, need my help, and everyone just answer to it.
What a performance, man.
And
10.6.
they just let Hehe to play by himself.
Yeah,
in
he
his
took
lane,
turrets.
right?
Like, he took turrets everywhere. Everywhere.
Agree with that.
How many turrets did he take, actually? That's something that we can check later on. I think he took the top
The
2.
first one
think he took
top,
4.
the second one bottom.
And then the
This-
second one
this-
top.
Yes, the
And the
second
base
one.
turret. And then the base.
The third one is the bottom lane. And
Whatever. He made. He got a
Oh,
lot.
actually, he got everything that he wants, and even the second game is just way too dominating for Vietnam.
6 minutes. I can't. You know.
I mean,
6 minutes.
even the turtle
The turtle
hasn't show up,
the
right?
third turtle.
The turtle, right?
Hasn't spawned. Wait.
spawned.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because it's too.
Yeah. But like, I can't believe it.
Is
This
it?
is the third turtle. They completely ignored it. They went for the base.
Yeah, it showed up, but they didn't take it. You know.
Wow.
Amazing. Wow, what
Vietnam.
a performance.
This is definitely a team to check out, ladies and gentlemen. But Momo-chan
Yes.
and Mirko, we're done here on the caster desk. We're going to throw it over to Masger, our host, to get an interview with one of the Vietnamese players.
All right, thank you, Mirko and Momo-chan. And once again, congratulations, Vietnam, for win the second game of the day and goes to next round for tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, or I don't know. You can check the schedule on ISF Instagram. But I would like to ask you, Joe, right? Yes, your name is Joe. So, what is your first impression about Bali?
My first impression about Bali, I find it like very beautiful. It's very amazing. I haven't been out of my country for a long time. I haven't been traveling for a long time, so it's good to come here as my first vacation, kind of a vacation after a long time.
So, this is your first time to Bali?
This is my first time in Indonesia actually.
In Indonesia, okay. This is the first time Joe come to Indonesia and he visit Bali on ISF 14 World Esports Championship. And then, how do you feel about your game, your team game for today? Is it every strategy is according to you guys plan?
No, I don't think we played really seriously because no offense to the Namibian team, but we knew that it was going to be an easy game after seeing their gameplay after seeing their gameplay against Cambodia. I think. So, yes.
Okay, there's a good thing about Vietnam for, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the day of tomorrow. So once again, congratulations, Joe. I will see you in another round in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang stage on the ISF 14 World Esports Championship. So guys, we will take a break for now, and the third game for today, there is a Filipina versus Slovenia. After this, still on ISF 14 World Esports Championship Bali 2022.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh, ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
Stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh Ambusena kok?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable. What a finish.
Aduh, drama terus. Nonton nih, komedi yang nyegerin. Lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu. Mending dibawa happy.
Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong!
Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari.
Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh, ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba, Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
Stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh Husena kok?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable. What a finish.
Aduh, drama terus. Nonton nih, komedi yang nyegerin. Lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu. Mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong! Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari.
Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh, ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba, Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
Stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh Husena kok?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable. What a finish.
drama terus. Nonton nih komedi yang nyegerin, lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu, mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong! Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari. Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh, ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
Stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh lampunya kok?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable. What a finish.
Ada drama terus. Nonton nih komedi yang nyegerin, lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu, mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong! Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari. Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh, ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
The stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh lampunya aku?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable, what a finish.
Aduh, drama terus. Nonton nih, komedi yang nyegerin. Lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu. Mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong! Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari. Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh, ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go, Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
The stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh lampunya aku?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable, what a finish.
Aduh, drama terus. Nonton nih, komedi yang nyegerin. Lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu. Mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong. Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari. Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh. Ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba, Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
The stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh lampunya kok?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable. What a finish.
Ada drama terus. Nonton nih komedi yang nyegerin, lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngospol. Capek hati drama mulu, mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong! Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari. Ini baru Trans 7.
Apa ya? Makanan yang harganya receh tapi enaknya mantul.
Banyak pengen loh. Ini dia. Menu receh, harga receh, dijamin enaknya mantul.
Enak banget. Coba, Mel.
Apapun yang kamu pengenin, di sini referensi lengkapnya.
Ada yang ngiler.
Jajan terus bareng makan receh dan enaknya mantul. Ini baru Trans 7.
We are getting the grid forming here at the Mandalika circuit.
Musim balap motor 2022 telah usai. Namun jiwa petualang untuk memacu adrenalin di atas roda 2 masih terus membara.
Away we go in Indonesia. Oh, what a dramatic start.
Mendaki gunung lewati lembah,
Baru mulai belum apa-apa, udah terjebak motornya.
menyusuri hutan, bahkan pelosok daerah yang jarang terjamah.
Sangat ekstrim dan sangat menyulitkan waktu.
Dengan latar belakang alam yang bersahaja
The stunning island of Lombok.
Mana nih tuh lampunya kok?
dan cara berkendara dengan kearifan lokal.
Can you believe it?
Banyak rintangan dalam sebuah perjalanan.
And the bike's on fire.
Terjatuh adalah pelajaran.
Goodness me, that was vicious.
Kembali bangkit sebuah keharusan. Deru petualangan tanpa henti, bertualang di negeri sendiri.
Unbelievable. What a finish.
Ada drama terus. Nonton nih komedi yang nyegerin, lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu, mending dibawa happy. Mau dibikin ketawa? Mau dibikin mewek? Mau dibikin ngeri-ngeri sedep? Mau dibikin kaget? Mau dibikin penasaran? Mau dong! Di sini gudangnya informasi yang bikin kalian update gak kelar-kelar setiap hari.